Hello everyone, welcome to NewsFlash, the show that brings you all the hot news from the technology and science world. I'm Osher,
I'm Guy.
And I'm Mayaan.
and we are students from the robotics team Flash 3388 from Gan Yavne in Israel. And with that being said, let's begin.
And for our first order of business, a keyboard in disguise. The Raspberry Pi Foundation has announced the Raspberry Pi 400, a compact keyboard with an ARM-based computer built in.
Just plug it into a TV or monitor using one of its two micro HDMI ports. Insert a micro SD card, attach a power cord and a mouse, and you've got yourself a basic computer for day-to-day tasks, coding, media playback, only for $70 to $100.
That's right, just plug it in.
Next up, paperclips didn't exist 68 million years ago, but this squid-like water creature that looks like one did. Diplomachus maximum measured almost 5 feet or 1.5 meters long and had an outer shell that has the appearance of a paperclip. And the ammonite, an extinct tentacled cephalopod, may have lived a very long life according to a new scientific research presented last week at an online meeting of the Geological Society of America.
Professor Linda Ivani and fellow scientist Emily Artrock at Syracuse University in New York have discovered clues that Diplodocus maximum might have lived to the ripe old age of 200 years old. The evidence comes from a chemical signature found in samples taken from 20 inches or 50 centimeters long section of its shell. It's crazy how nature impacts even the most basic inventions of our day-to-day lives, don't you think?
Next up, an interesting approach to scientific discovery. Gamers help scientists understand COVID-19. EVE, an online community-driven spaceship MMO game where players can play for free and experience space exploration, immense PvP and PvE battles, player economy, and so forth. Have added a minigame designed to help researchers understand the coronavirus better by marking out different cell populations, which then researchers can then analyze to see how the virus affects the immune system.
With more than 171,000 gamers, which completed 47 million mini-game tasks, they have amounted to 36 years of categorizing cells, all using just a video game and the power of the gaming community.
So what do you think about it? Are gamers and scientists collaboration the next big thing? Let us know in the comments. Sometimes at our show, we will take the time to talk about some interesting information, and even though it is not necessarily news, it is extra cool information that we would like to show you. And this week,
Cool stuff you were promised and cool stuff you shall have. And today your cool stuff dose will be biocomputers.
When you look at the origin of the word computer, one who calculates, you learn electronics aren't necessarily a required component. Even though most of us would imagine the modern-day desktop or laptop when we hear that term, computer is something that can handle data. And in this perspective, our brains are the most powerful computers that exist.
thank you for this introduction, Mayaan. And now let's go to the main part. There has been a significant progress toward the creation of biological computers. Once they get perfected, it will change our world. The biological computers are made from living cells instead of electrical wiring and signaling. Biological computers use chemical inputs and other biologically derived molecules such as proteins and DNA. Once you've programmed a single biological cell, it's extremely cost-effective to grow billions more with only the cost of the nutrient solutions and the lab text time.
It's also anticipated that biocomputers might actually be more reliable than their electronics counterparts. For example, if one wire is cut off in a computer, it will shut down immediately. And on the contrary, our body loses millions of cells every day, and we don't miss a single breath. Instead of what's done today, when bioengineers map genes and try to uncover their secrets, they can just program cells to do the job they need them to do. For example, program cells to fight cancer or deliver insulin to a diabetic's bloodstream.
And a little something for you to think about. 1 milligram of DNA can store about 1,000 terabytes, which are a little over 1 million gigabytes. It's crazy what biocomputers can do.
And so, we reached the end of our show for today. We hope you guys learned something new. All the articles we used to make this video are linked in the description below if you'd like to learn more. And if you like the video and want to see more shows like this, like and subscribe. Also, you can follow our social media linked in the description to get more updates about new shows, learn new interesting things, and see what we do in our robotics team. See you next time. Goodbye.